All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Real Talk with Wayne Dupree. Let me introduce my awesome co-host, Brian and Lee and Lee and Brian. Okay.
Hello.
Okay, now Leah Bella and also Brian Smith. I hope y'all had a great weekend. A lot to go on. The return of President Donald Trump.
What are you doing about shaking the tree up a little bit?
First public speaking in 3 months.
I know.
He was out.
I know. And, I mean, honestly, I think he did. Look, I am not a person that is in love with politicians, but I call him as I see him. And this is real talk. He did a good job. It was very measured because he could have went a whole lot of different ways and stuff, but he said some things that he needed to do. Now, I hope President Trump or somebody gets in his ear and talks to him and says, look, you have a real huge opportunity. Now, if you've been watching our show in other places, we want to let you know that we've said that the Republicans were going to win in 2022. I mean, that's just the way things are looking. It's a midterm.
Yeah.
The Democrats aren't doing that well. They really aren't. If you really look at it, they really aren't doing that well. So you can expect Republicans to win back the House. So that's not anything new. But I think where big strides can be made, Brian, is on the local level. If Trump directs his focus on the local level, candidates, well, he doesn't have to go out there and say, Joe Blow on this state. If he pushes activism with local community elections, we might be able to pick up seats across the board, across the nation.
Right. And again, local levels where it starts at. I mean, here on the west side of Cincinnati, we got a guy named Tab. People refer to him as Ass Tab. Because he's a hardcore liberal. He's a real hardcore communist. And he's been running for all kinds of things. Part of the school board, part of this, part of that, part of everything else. And he tried to take Steve Shabatt's seat in Congress. He had a good shot at it, but lost. And so now he's running for mayor of Cincinnati. So that guy's all over. But the thing is, he started out local. I mean, there's a very, very good probability when Steve Shabatt leaves office, Aftab could run again for Congress because he's a well-known name. Not saying that he's any good. He would be another AOC radical type thing, but they're in it to win it on the local level. Out of all the people running for mayor for the city of Cincinnati, I think there's like 55 people running for mayor. There's only one or two Republicans.
Wow.
And they don't have a shot.
Leah, Donald Trump talked about many things. One of the things that I was surprised is that he brought up reparations. He said that that countries should demand that China pay reparations over the pandemic. And he also called out big tech over the censorship, and it's alleged interference, and we know it was interference in the 2020 election, which he also called the crime of the century.
Right. Well, to rewind, April 2020, Trump said that he had evidence showing that COVID had originated from a lab.
Right.
And it was, of course, dismissed as a conspiracy theory. Flash forward to today, and now we have scientists coming out stating that it does look and act like it's been genetically engineered, which this is another victory lap for Trump because he's probably right. So with that being said, when he calls for reparations of China to the United States, I feel like he's probably right on this as well. And to be honest with you, I don't think that that's a big deal. I think that that's something that we should be asking for. What is it, $10 trillion he wants them to pay? And really, considering that it could have been a bioweapon unleashed on us, this is the least amount of damage that we could possibly give them. I can think of a lot more things that fit the punishment for the crime. I think that if anything, China should be grateful that we're only charging them $10 trillion.